What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today I wanted to talk about whether or not I think money buys happiness. Now, I might not know for sure, but I'm actually leaning towards the answer being yes, and I will explain why throughout the course of this video. We're gonna get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive bonus videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Try out some, forgot to take this out, G Fuel energy formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. I'm filming this in July, so I don't exactly know what the August promo is going to be, but it's always something awesome, whether it be bonus stocks or whether it be a spin wheel and you have the chance of winning all the way up to $1,000, sometimes even more dollars worth of free Apple stock. Webull link in the description. Everything will be linked in the description. All right, so let's talk about whether or not money buys happiness. Now, as always, my video is going to be something to listen to rather than something to watch. So treat it like a radio show or a podcast. I'm just going for a walk in the woods. All right, so money and whether or not it buys happiness. Now, most of what I say in this video is going to be just from my own personal perspective. This is just my opinion. I'm no professional. I'm no expert. And a lot of the suggestions that I make in this video, I understand and acknowledge are easier said than done. All right, so does money buy happiness? Obviously, the answer is yes and no for me. And the reason I say no is because happiness is not a product. It's not like, it's not a jar on a shelf with a barcode on it that you can go and pick up at the store and purchase it. It's not something you can purchase like that. But I do believe that money can buy you all of the things that make you happy. And on the flip side, I also believe that happiness can buy you money. Money can buy you happiness, and happiness can buy you money. Now, I'd like to start off moving in one particular direction. And I wanted to talk about how money can improve your quality of life, but it's not the only thing that you need. You actually need a couple of different things, 3 different things in my opinion. I think you need to improve your financial well-being. I think you need to improve your physical well-being, and I think you need to improve your mental well-being. Or should I say, if you improve your physical well-being and your financial well-being, it can do a tremendous amount for your mental well-being as well. So one thing that I've noticed over the years, and also for the record, this is all coming from the perspective of someone that considers himself to be an incredibly happy person, but I wasn't always a happy person. It wasn't all that long ago that I was actually the complete and total opposite. I was a very, very unhappy person. I was a very, very angry person. I used to just be angry all throughout the day due to things that happened in my life, and I didn't know how to process these things necessarily. I'd be angry throughout the day. I'd go to sleep angry. I'd have dreams about being angry, and then I'd wake back up angry once again and do it all over. So I was in a really dark place for a really long time, quite a while ago. It's actually been so long, I don't even, it's hard for me to even remember what it was like to be that way. But this isn't coming from the perspective of someone that, like, oh, he's never gone through anything difficult before, therefore he doesn't understand. No, I've gone through tremendous amounts of difficulty. I have been stabbed in the back by people that you would be appalled if you knew who in my life stabbed me in the back. I've lost friends. And when I say I lost friends, yes, friendships have, fallen apart, but also, some of my, childhood friends are no longer alive. I've lost family members that are younger than I am. Like, I've gone through a lot of very, very, very difficult times. So I do understand. I might not exactly understand the specifics of what you're going through, but I can understand, and I can say that I've been through tough times as well. But something that I've realized over the years, and this is something that I was guilty of as well, something that I've noticed over the years, is that if someone is generally a very unhappy person, if someone is just, just a difficult person to be around, they're negative, this is going on, they have that victim mentality, and then just, nothing's going right for them, and they're just in this spot where they feel as though they can't get out. They're just in this dark place in their life. You can ask them a couple of different questions, and what I've noticed over the years is that pretty much 100% of the time, their answers are all the same. If you ask them, are you eating right? No. Are you sleeping right? No. Are you getting fresh air? No. Sunlight? No. Exercise? No. Are you out socializing with people? No. You're keeping to yourself. Are you taking vitamins? No. Are you setting goals for yourself to achieve in life? No. That's what a lot of these people have in common. When fact of the matter is, if you check those boxes, those questions that I just asked, if you start doing those things, this is what I did personally to climb my way out of the hole that I was in. Are you eating right? Change that to a yes. Start eating right. Start sleeping right. Wake up earlier in the morning. Don't sleep until 11, 12 o'clock. Wake up earlier in the morning. Get yourself on a better sleep routine. Eat properly throughout the day. Go for a walk in the woods. It doesn't have to be every single day. It could be every week or once or twice a week, 2-3 times a week. Go for a walk in the woods or go for a walk around the block. Go for a walk in the park. Get some exercise, fresh air, and sunlight all at the same time. In my opinion, I've been saying this for years, I think fresh air, sunlight, and exercise, that trifecta right there, I think that is the superior medication, and I think it can heal most problems, not all problems, and it can prevent most problems, not all problems. So start sleeping right, start eating right, start taking vitamins, get fresh air, sunlight, exercise, socialize with people. Get out there with your friends. If you don't have friends, there are a million different ways you can go and make friends. You can go and get yourself involved in a local men's group or a women's group at a church nearby. That's one way. You'll be welcome with open arms. As an example, a variety of other ways you can make friends as well, or step into a new type of friend group. Get out there, start socializing more. After work, even if it's just once a month, you and a couple of coworkers go and do something. Go to Applebee's or something like that. After work one day, socialize with more people. Face to face, not through a screen. And then, of course, set goals for yourself. And yes, I know, we seem a little bit sidetracked right now. Oh, you should be talking about, money buying happiness. Well, guess what? This step right here that we're on, it's going to lead into that. So the last thing on the list that I had mentioned, and there's more questions that you can ask and more suggestions that I can toss out there as well. But the last one I'm going to talk about is setting goals for yourself. Because you'll ask people, these people who feel hopeless, people that don't think that there's anything out there for them. A lot of people think that they don't have a shot of success. A lot of people out there are unmotivated. They don't care about the finish line. They don't want to get to the finish line. You ask these people, are you setting goals for yourself that you can achieve in life? They'll say no. Well, that's another one you should change. Change that right there. Start setting goals, small achievable goals, or set a massive goal for yourself and then break it down to smaller steps so you can check off the list. All right, did that, I'm 1 step closer. Did that, now I'm 2 steps closer. Did that, 3 steps closer. Start setting goals for yourself. They can be career goals, they could be physical fitness goals, Maybe you want to build, put on some muscle mass. Maybe you want to burn fat. Maybe you want to look better. Maybe you want to feel better. Because guess what? The better you look, usually the better you're going to feel. And the better you feel, the better you're going to do. Imagine that. Imagine looking in the mirror and hating what you see. Like, oh my God, man, I'm so out of shape. I can't even, go up a flight of stairs without having to take a break halfway through. And then when I make it to the top, it takes me half an hour to recover from it. Imagine working on that. Imagine seeing progress. Imagine the process going in your favor little by little. Hey, I lost 2 pounds. I lost 3 pounds. I lost 7 pounds. Or the other way. I put on a pound or 2, 3, 4 pounds of muscle mass. Muscle I didn't have before. I'm starting to look better, starting to feel better. And I'm seeing progress. That progress right there, getting closer and closer to your goals, it's going to give you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of achievement. And not only that, physically, you're going to be feeling better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to wake up not feeling so dead and exhausted all the time. Because now you're on a routine, you're eating better, you're sleeping better, you're getting the vitamins, the minerals, you're drinking more water, you're socializing more, you're setting goals for yourself and working toward them, you're getting the fresh air, the sunlight, the exercise, you're getting yourself in better physical condition. You're going to have more energy as a result of that. And the more energy you have, the better you're going to feel. And the more you're going to be moving into a direction of improving your mental well-being because of the physical improvements you've been making. You're going to be able to feel better. You're going to have that sense of accomplishment. You're going to become more goal-oriented. The results are going to make you happier. It's going to make your day. Setting a goal for yourself, I want to do this, and then you work your friggin' face off to the point where you get there. Just wait until you get to the point where you can say to yourself, that hard work paid off. Being able to look at yourself or look at something that you're working on doesn't even have to be your physical well-being. It could be, it could be starting a hobby or a project or just something. Because a lot of people, they fail to do this. There are so many things you can do to improve your physical, mental, and financial well-being that people just don't do. There's a whole blueprint, and they don't do any of these things. It's like sitting in a room with a can of paint and a paintbrush and complaining that the walls are still the same color. Start painting. Start putting in the work. Like I said in the intro, it's easier said than done, but it can be done. It's not gonna get done if you're not doing anything. Sitting there stagnant and complacent, not going anywhere. How do you expect to get where you're going if you're not moving? Or get to where you want to be if you're not moving? So start setting goals. It's important. I want to get X, Y, and Z done. What do I have to do to get X, Y, and Z started? What does the process of X, Y, and Z look like? And how do I get to the finish line? How do I get to the end? How do I accomplish X, Y, and Z? And once you do accomplish X, Y, and Z, you're going to be feeling accomplished. So onto the money side of things now. Another way you can start setting goals for yourself would be career goals, potentially. Or investment goals. I want to have X amount of dollars saved up. I'm tired of financially struggling. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of not having that promotion, not getting that pay raise. I'm tired of this job and there's a better job out there for me. Maybe I don't necessarily have the qualifications for it. Maybe I'm not skilled enough or don't believe that I'm skilled enough for that job. Or, oh my God, I have to go through all this. I have to go through this whole training period. I have to go through all this. I have to go through all that just to get the job. Well, guess what? When you get the job, number one, you're going to be feeling accomplished. 2, going to be in a better financial position. Whether it be a new job or a promotion, pay raise. We're just setting career goals, saving goals, investing goals for yourself, and getting yourself into a better financial position. Now, all of a sudden, life hasn't necessarily changed, but more money is coming in every week or every month or whatever. You have a little bit more, quote unquote, disposable income, or the financial burden is beginning to shrink a little bit. Would that or would that not make you happier? It would make me happier. I have reduced pretty much every possible, like I've exhausted all options. I don't have anything left that I can reduce. I've eliminated expenses. I've reduced expenses. So much so to the point where I can't even really lower the bar any further. I just wanted to be able to save as much as possible after paying for keeping a roof over my head, keeping food in the fridge, and keeping my car on the road, really. Those are, and you know, that for the most part, that's really all I care about. And the dollars that are left over, I typically choose to save and invest them. I don't really like to buy things because just, you know, random stuff, little trinkets and stuff, that stuff like that, it just doesn't really do anything for me. It just creates clutter, and I just don't like buying things. I just don't like purchasing stuff. I don't know. I'd rather invest. So that 10 years from now, I will be in a dramatically better financial position, I personally believe. But if you start to improve your financial well-being, if you start to reduce your expenses, if you start to make more money, because that's, you know, two different things you can do. You can lower your expenses and you can increase your income. And upon doing so, you're going to ease the financial burden. You're not going to have to spend 3.5 weeks every single month stressing about, oh my God, am I going to be able to pay rent? Am I going to be able to pay rent? Am I going to be able to pay rent? Okay, whew. I paid rent. Not going to be able to eat for the next couple of days, but I paid rent. Now you have to go the next couple of days starving, which is a whole nother problem. Imagine getting to the point where that isn't the thing. Imagine getting to the point where you're not, you know, walking around, you know, a cash cow. You're not walking around like, oh, I'm a multi-millionaire, it doesn't matter. Like, no, it's not that. Imagine having enough to be more comfortable. Imagine having enough to not stress. Imagine having enough that you and the spouse don't have to argue about finances. You're both stressed out. Of course you're arguing about it. You're both financially struggling. Of course you're going to fight about it. That's the number one cause of divorce. Money problems. Imagine the divorce rate going down. Imagine the happiness meter going up. Imagine your quality of life on the rise. That can come with increasing your income, even if it's just by a little bit. Now, like I said before, this isn't coming from the perspective of an expert. Well, this also isn't coming from the perspective of someone who has achieved financial freedom. I am not financially free. I work 6 days a week. I work 48 hours a week on a light week. There have been times where I've worked 60, 70 plus hours a week. I work my friggin' face off. I am not financially free. This is not coming from the perspective of someone that's, you know, saying, oh, it's easy. Just go and, you know, make a couple $1 million and then do whatever you want 7 days a week. No. You can work a full-time job and be happier. You can work a full-time job and start building something up for yourself. You can work a full-time job and on your day off or in the evening times, go for a walk like what I'm doing right now. I work 6 days a week, and on that one extra day, that's the day that I work on my business. That's the day that I work on YouTube. That's the day that I work on all the other stuff that I have going on, all my side projects. Which, guess what? I have several side projects, and with each of my side projects, I have like a list of things that I want to do. I have a list of goals that I want to hit. Like I said before, you got to start setting goals for yourself. So can money buy happiness? Happiness isn't a product to be purchased, but I personally believe the more money that you make, number one, it frees up a little bit more of your time. It can improve the quality of life. It can reduce or potentially eliminate entirely financial related stress. And that right there I know for an absolute fact can make a lot of people happy. Imagine not having to worry about bills. Imagine having to choose between which of the bills is a bigger priority. I'll pay that one first and I'll pay a late fee on the other. Imagine not having to do that. Imagine not necessarily being able to spend and spend and spend without ever having to look at a price tag. That's not what I'm talking about. But imagine being able to pay for all of your financial responsibilities without feeling trapped, without feeling suffocated, without panicking, and without being consumed by stress and fear. Oh my God, am I going to be homeless next month? If things don't pick up, I'm gonna get evicted. Imagine not having those worries. That right there, constantly being worried, constantly being nervous about things, constantly having these different forms of anxieties that you don't have the ability to, or you don't know how to cope with. You don't know how to manage. A lot of people say, anger isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just like, it's an emotion. You just have to know how to manage your anger. You can't get to a point where you have an anger management problem. That's a different story. Well, I say, in my opinion, the same can be said about anxiety. I don't think anxiety is necessarily a bad thing. Anxiety exists everywhere. You have to get yourself to a point where you know how to manage anxiety. The same way we can all learn how to manage our anger, we can all learn how to manage our anxiety and our stressors. We can work through those things. It's not something that completely caves you in. It's not something that is inescapable. It's not something that we don't have the ability to learn how to work through, even if it's little by little by little by little, making small improvements and getting ourselves into a better place. Imagine doing that. Imagine not having all of these stressors, or all of these anxieties, or all of these things that make us angry, or all of these things that, cause all this, negative energy in our lives. Imagine reducing these things. Imagine eliminating a lot of those things. It's like the snowball effect. If 400 things are all causing you stress, of course you're going to be this big ball of stress and you're going to be all freaking out. Over a long period of time, constant stress for a long period of time can destroy a person. Not beyond repair. You can bounce back from anything, I believe. Imagine being able to do that. And I think one of the tickets is to increase income. If your number one stress in life is financial, figure out how to solve the problem or begin solving the problem. What step do you need to take to correct what's going wrong? You can figure out exactly how much money you need invested to generate X amount of dollars every single month to take care of what needs to be taken care of. You don't need to be making thousands and thousands of dollars in passive income. Imagine $50 a month in passive income just to take care of one of your smaller bills or something like that, or $50 extra at the end of the month, or even at the end of the week, $200 a month. That can change a person's life. Is it completely life-altering money? No, obviously not, but it can help a tremendous amount. So can money buy happiness? Once again, yes and no, but I'm leaning more in the direction of yes. And then on the flip side, because that's something we can go back and forth till the end of time about. Oh, money can buy happiness. Oh, money can't buy happiness. Oh, yes it can. No, it can't. Yes, it can. No, it can't. Yeah, we can go back and forth. It's subjective. Like I said in the intro, this is just my opinion. I'm not right or wrong. That's just my opinion. Just what I believe. Well, guess what? On the flip side, we can talk about, whether or not money can buy happiness, but we can also talk about whether happiness can buy money. Because like I said before, if you improve your mental well-being, or scratch that, if you improve your financial well-being and your physical well-being, it can help improve your mental well-being. Well, opposite is true as well. If you improve your physical and mental well-being, I think that alone can help improve your financial well-being. If you become a more well-rounded individual, if you become a happier individual, a more positive, goal-oriented individual, if you become a glass half full individual, if you become a more pleasant person to be around, if you become just happier, more energetic, healthier, I think those things can lead to making even more money. And I believe that's something that helped me. In my opinion, and from my own personal experience, my own perspective, I have found that becoming a healthier person has improved my financial well-being. A little over a year ago, I started waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. Now, I'm not saying that this is what you should do. This is just what I was doing, or started to do, and I still do. And this was before I needed to wake up at 4 a.m. Now I actually do need to. I wake up at 4 a.m., leave at 5, and get to work for 6. A year ago, that wasn't the case. A year ago, I didn't even have the job that I have today. I was not employed by that company just yet. I've been working for this company for 11 months. Or by the time this video comes out in August, I will be approaching the 1-year mark. But I started waking up at 4 a.m. And the reason I wanted to do this was to, number one, get myself on a better routine in terms of, sleep and whatnot. But I also wanted to wake up before what felt as though the rest of the world woke up. I wanted to have the world to myself for the first couple hours of the day, because let's face it, most people start waking up around 6, maybe 7. So if I wake up at 4, I have 2 to 3 hours completely to myself. And if you go outside at 4 o'clock in the morning, doesn't matter what time zone, if you go out at 4 a.m., set an alarm for 4 a.m., you go outside, the world has a different energy. The world feels different. You can actually feel it. There's just something different. You have the world to yourself, or so it seems, peace and quiet. And one of the reasons I started doing this was so that I can get some work done early in the morning, so I didn't have to worry about it later in the day. If I can get some work done before I actually have to go to work, like my job, a lot of these things were already taken care of because I spent the first couple hours of the day working on these things. So later in the evening, I'd have less to worry about. I would also get cooking done early in the morning as well. I would meal prep a couple of days in advance. 4 o'clock in the morning, stick all the containers in the fridge, and I'm good. Now I have like half a week or almost an entire week worth of food sitting in the fridge waiting for me. So that's another thing that I don't have to worry about. I would get work done. I would get cooking done. I would get things taken care of early in the morning. And obviously that's not the only change that I made in my life. It doesn't really matter what time you wake up in the morning, but all I'm saying is that the earlier you wake up, the more peace and quiet, more privacy you'll have, because no one's up at that time. Something else that I did was I stopped drinking. Well, number one, I don't drink alcohol at all, which I would imagine helps a lot as well. But pretty much for the most part, all I drink is water. 99% of the time, that's the only thing that I drink. I carry around this big, jug of water, which my stupid self dropped on my way to my car when I left work the other day, and it cracked open. So now I'm back to using half-gallon canteens, which are perfectly fine, by the way. It doesn't matter what container you store your water in. Point being is you gotta drink more water. Half a gallon a day is what I tell people. And if you are a very, very active person like myself, I would bump that up to a gallon of water. But if you're not as active of a person, I would say still half a gallon of water is probably what you should be drinking throughout the day. If you do that alone, I think you'll see massive results. You don't even have to do the other things on the list. You'll already see results. But if you combine it with other things on the list of things that you should be doing to get healthier, you're going to see crazy results. So I chose to become a healthier person, start living a healthier life, drinking almost nothing but water, waking up earlier in the morning and getting things taken care of at my own pace, without feeling rushed, without feeling stressed, without having to deal with people. Spend more time outside. It doesn't have to be every single day. I'm only out here once a week. I wish I could do this every day, but I do it once a week. Becoming healthier, becoming happier, spending more time reading, getting the fresh air, sunlight, and exercise, feeling better, working on goals, becoming a happier person as a result, because you're starting to accomplish goals. You're starting to be a high achiever. You're doing this, you're doing that. As a result, you're going to be waking up in the morning with more energy, and the more energy you wake up with in the morning, the more you're going to be able to accomplish throughout the day, especially if you become a more structured and routine-based person, system-dependent, and automate as much as you can as you go through the process. The snowball gets rolling even more. And your quality of life continues to be on the rise. Again, I said it 2, maybe 3 times already. I'll say it again right now. Easier said than done. It's not easy. It took me years to get myself into a routine that, in my opinion, at the moment, works perfectly for me. And my routine and what works perfect for me might not work perfect for you. You have to figure out your own system. You have to figure out and identify what your needs are. You have to figure out and identify where you're lacking, what you're lacking in, what you need more of, what you need less of. There's a different formula for everybody. And I figured out what works best for me. And as a result, it has led to me being able to accomplish more throughout the workday. And the more you're able to accomplish throughout the workday, the more money you're probably going to make as a result. Which brings us around full circle for this, other piece of the video. I believe that happiness can buy money. Or I guess a better way I can word it is, I believe a stronger mental well-being and physical well-being can help improve your financial well-being. Probably a smarter way of wording it. When I got myself on the routine that I got on, when I got myself on the diet, the lifestyle that I got myself on, and started becoming a happier and healthier person, I've had more energy early in the morning, and I've been able to sustain a high level of energy throughout the day, rather than feeling exhausted and sluggish and unmotivated and giving up so easily. At this point, I just feel so resilient throughout the day. I know that there will be obstacles. I know that there will be hurdles. I know for an absolute fact there will be trials and tribulations. There will be failures throughout the day, but I know that they could be bounced back from. I know things will happen. There will be friction, and it can be worked through. Can overcome it. So with more energy in the morning than I used to have, with the ability to sustain a higher level of energy throughout the day, unlike I used to be able to do, or unlike I used to not be able to do, I should say, I've been able to get started in the day quicker, and I've been able to achieve more throughout the day. Years and years and years ago, when I didn't have the energy that I have today and just nowadays, I wouldn't be able to show up early to work all the time. I wouldn't be able to rack up all the overtime. I wouldn't be able to come in on what was supposed to be my day off and work more and accomplish more. I wouldn't be able to work a full-time job and come home to run a business. I wouldn't be able to do all that. But because I've figured out a formula that works for me, and how to increase my energy and become a happier, healthier person, I've been able to add more to the workload. I've been able to add more to my to-do list every single day. And the more I add to the to-do list, the more of the to-do list that I can accomplish every single day. So I've doubled my energy, and as a result, I've doubled my accomplishments. And a lot of the time, if you're able to do that, like you stand a pretty good chance of maybe even doubling your money. All by simply living a happier, healthier life. Living a happier, healthier life will give you more energy. That alone will give you more energy, and you can harness that energy and put it towards your craft. Put it towards your work. Put it toward building more, doing more, accomplishing more. And as a result, earning more. And then the cycle continues. You improved your physical and mental well-being, which resulted in improving your financial well-being. And improving your financial well-being helped benefit your mental well-being even more. Now your mental well-being is even stronger. Now you have the ability to improve your physical well-being again. You just improved your physical and mental well-being again. Now you improved your financial well-being again. It's just like, it's a vicious cycle that benefits you. All you have to do is stay consistent. All you have to do is get yourself to a better place physically, mentally, and financially, and then maintain. You don't have to keep building and building and building and building. You don't have to be as ridiculous as I am. You can get yourself to a good spot and then do routine maintenance to stay there. You want to get yourself into, better shape? Good. Get yourself in better shape. Burn that fat, build that muscle. You get to a point where you're happy, you like it right there. Do what you need to do to maintain it. You don't have to go and become a full-on bodybuilder. You want to get yourself into a better financial situation, figure out how much you can start saving, how many expenses you can reduce or eliminate altogether so that you can invest those dollars instead and improve your financial well-being. Maybe it's an extra $50 a week passively coming in. That can help so many people. You don't have to turn yourself into a multi-millionaire and buy the Lamborghinis and the yachts and the private jets and the mansions. No, you don't have to be, just like you don't have to become a bodybuilder just to become in better physical condition. And then your mental well-being, just get yourself into a better place. Start looking at the bright side. Start seeing and acknowledging the bright side and counting your blessings. That's another thing people fail to do. A lot of people, they have it really good. They're not in a good mental place, but they have it good. That's why a lot of people say, oh, money can't buy happiness because I have the money, but I'm not happy. It doesn't work like that. It's not that simple. There are a lot of steps in between. But I guarantee you, if you have the money, but not the happiness, there's a good chance you're not counting your blessings. If you have friends, if you have family, if you have a good job, or just a job period, there are a lot of people out there who don't have a job. A lot of people out there who don't have friends, a lot of people who don't have family. If you have a car, a lot of people don't have a car. Is it the greatest car in the world? Is it a Lamborghini? Nah, it's an older Ford. Do you have millions and millions and millions of dollars in the bank? No, but you have enough to keep you afloat. God forbid if something goes wrong, you have a 3-month emergency fund. Do you have enough passive income coming in to quit your job and live, have complete and total financial freedom? No, but you have a couple $100s a month coming in, which helps tremendously. Are you the happiest person on the planet? Are you a real life SpongeBob running around? I'm ready. No. But you have goals. You're goal oriented. You're motivated to hit those goals. You know that your life would benefit upon doing so, and you're working toward those goals. And as you're working towards your goals, you're achieving goals along the way, which give you a sense of pride and accomplishment, which is going to make you feel a whole lot better. And it's going to get you amped up and ready for the next goal on the list. You want to check off the next box. All right, on my to-do list, I can check that off. I can cross that out because I did it. What's next? Anyway, this was my personal opinion. And funny enough, it's because I was actually listening to the radio. What inspired this was the Star 99.1 channel or station, whatever it's called, the radio, where they talk about different people, or they talk to different people who write books and have, work with different ministries and whatnot. And one thing that I had heard on the way to work the other day was that 80% of thoughts are negative and 90% of thoughts are repetitive, which means that the overwhelming majority of things that go on in the average person's mind are negative, and they're thinking about these negative thoughts over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So imagine breaking that cycle. We're all going to have negative thoughts. We're all going to have bad days. We're all going to have trials and tribulations. We're all going to have things that go wrong. We're all going to make mistakes along the way. But imagine breaking the cycle of constantly having absolutely nothing but bad thoughts in our mind. Imagine being able to break free of that cycle. Imagine being able to start managing your anger more effectively. Imagine being able to start managing your anxiety more effectively. There's no perfect, guaranteed blueprint to success here, but there are so many things you can do to improve your physical, mental, and financial well-being. And it all starts with getting yourself on a better routine. Eating cleaner, drinking more water. Here's how you can start. Here is the easiest way, in my opinion, that you can start. Number one, stop with the junk food, stop with the fast food, stop with the soda, stop with the garbage. Stop poisoning yourself. Number one, you're poisoning your body, and you are what you eat, and it goes right to your brain. That's how you get poisonous thoughts. Get rid of the junk food, or at least the majority of the junk food. Start eating one piece of fruit in the morning and some salad or something like that at night, and drink water throughout the day, and once a week go for a walk. That right there is the start. Stop the poison, eat a little bit of fruit, some vegetables, drink more water and less nonsense, and go for a walk. Get a little bit of fresh air, sunlight, and exercise. That's the start. That's step number one. Do that. I guarantee you, within 2 weeks, you're already going to be feeling better, physically and mentally. And the better you feel physically and mentally, the more it's going to benefit you financially, because of the newfound energy and motivation and excitement, zest for life that you'll have. That's how you get started. That's step number one. Step number two is to amp it up a notch. Eat a little bit more cleaner. Get yourself on a better sleep routine. Socialize with some people, whether it be family. A lot of people isolate themselves. They don't see their friends. They don't see their family. They don't hang out with anybody outside of work or outside of college, whatever it is. Just go straight home and isolate themselves. Maybe once a week or once or twice a month even. Round up a small group of friends. Go to Applebee's. Or go to the beach. Have a campfire. Go camping. Go fishing. You don't have to go on some big expensive vacation with 1 million people that you know. No. 2, 3 people. 4 or 5 people. Round up a small group of friends and socialize. Identify what you need. Identify what you're lacking. Is it vitamins? Is it social skills? Is it money? Figure out, identify what you're lacking. Figure out and identify what the solution to the problem would be. Reverse engineer it. Figure out, okay, this is exactly what needs to be done to solve this problem. How can I break it down and work my way toward that goal. And start setting goals for yourself, physical, mental, and financial goals. I want to feel better. I want to think more clearly, and I want to make a little bit more money this time next year. Doesn't have to be a massive goal. Set a small, achievable goal for yourself. And upon achieving those small, achievable goals, all it's going to do is motivate you to set even more so you can achieve even more. That right there, I personally believe, is the closest thing we have to a solution to the problem. Is it easier said than done for the 4th or 5th time now? Yes, it absolutely is. Will everything that I do help you the same way it helps me? Probably not. This is all just my opinion from my own personal experience, from my own personal perspective. This is what has worked for me. This is what I notice a lot of people don't do, and yet they happen to be in a rut. And when they start doing these things, it actually helps. It's something to consider. Not a professional, not an expert, not a psychologist, not a doctor, not a zookeeper, not a bird watcher, nothing like that. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm a guy who's walking in the woods with a camera talking about what I've done to become a happier, healthier person and what I've done to make a little bit extra money. It's improved my quality of life in a million different ways, and I can't help but to share what I've done. This is what my process has looked like. Your process looks different than mine. Your process will continue to look different than mine. There's no guaranteed blueprint. There's no guaranteed solution. There's no perfect way of doing it. Everyone's different. Everyone's life is different. Everyone's brain works differently. But this is what's worked for me. It's worked for me for years and years and years. And the more I do these things, the more it works for me. Physically, mentally, and financially. It has improved my life and continues to improve my life. And I feel the need to share because I love the idea of other people out there feeling as good as I feel. I want more people to experience how I feel, because how I feel is unbelievable, amazing, almost all the time. Do I have my bad days, my bad moments? Yes. But I used to have a whole lot more bad days, more bad moments. I've changed my life. I've changed the way I think. I've essentially rewired my brain, and upon doing so, I've changed my life completely. Full on 180 in all areas. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. This is just what I do, what I've done, what I continue to do, and as I discover more helpful things that I experiment with. I've done so many different experiments. I treat my whole life like an experiment. So if you're interested in some of the experiments that I've done in my life, I'd be more than happy to share. But for the time being, that's going to do it for the video. So let me know in the comments anything and everything related to today's video topic, and what are some steps you can take in your own personal life to improve your physical, your mental, and your financial well-being. What can you do? What can you start doing today or this week to begin improving your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your financial well-being? Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive bonus content. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs, a lot of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. DYDSS stands for Don't You Dare Stop Smiling, by the way. It's a movement of positivity pushing and promoting happiness, health, and wealth on the people of planet Earth. Try out some G Fuel energy formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. Sugar-free, low-calorie, packed with a whole bunch of vitamins, over 50 different flavors to choose from. This one is Miami Nights. It's like a pina colada flavor. It's my favorite flavor that they've come out with, and it's perfect for the summer. So $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. You can deposit as little as you'd like, even as little as a penny. It still works. It still counts. You still get your up to 12 free fractional shares. And I'm filming this in July, so I don't know what the August promo is going to be, but every month it's something different. Maybe it's going to be something like this where you get bonus stocks. Maybe it's something like that where you get to spin the Webull wheel and win all the way up to $1,000 of free Apple stock. Maybe it'll be something else. Download the app, fund your account, and find out exactly what it is. And I will update you as soon as I start filming videos in August. Webull link in the description. Everything is linked in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know one more time. What are your thoughts on everything I shared in today's video? Obviously, I'm not a professional. This is all just my opinion. This is all just my own personal experience. And it's easier said than done. But with that being said, what is something you can do to improve your physical well-being? Maybe you can change up your diet. Maybe you can acknowledge and recognize that you need to change your diet. Maybe you need to drink more water. Maybe you need more exercise. What can you do to improve your financial well-being? Maybe you can stop spending so recklessly, or put some money aside, or start investing your dollars to create more dollars and create some passive income to help you out at the end of the month. And what can you do to improve your mental well-being? Maybe it's getting yourself on a more routine-based way of life. Maybe it's starting to set goals for yourself. That way you can start achieving goals for yourself and increase your energy, increase your motivation, increase your drive, and become a more well-rounded, sound, and happier individual. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.